They don't really need to see me. I guess the main thing is they can hear me, but if they want to, they're more than welcome to.
So one of the questions, one of the
Okay,
things
you are
that's
now
gonna
being
come up
recorded.
Okay,
is when we ask a question, they're not gonna hear, so you have to repeat.
so I'll repeat it. Okay, perfect. All right, so hopefully I can give Ms. Janice a thumbs up if you can hear me clearly. All right, so we are going to move forward. So this class is obviously the KOCIB. What does that mean? Keller offers certified iBuyer program. And really want to just dive into this because I think this is something that I would think less than 3% of the agents will, are using it. And if we win here and we have over almost 400 agents, I'm willing to bet that less than 12 people utilize this. And it's something that we can really capitalize on. The reason I'm sharing it because it does help with lead generation, but it also helps your listing. This Keller Williams has such a huge ecosystem with the Keller mortgage, the Keller insurers. Now we have Keller offers. Of course, just being a Keller Williams agent among so many agents makes us very, very valuable. So real quick, let's go into what is an iBuyer. Anybody have an idea on what iBuyer stands for? What does the I stand for? A lot of people.
All the time, but
You would think it means internet. It means instant. It's an instant buy. Okay. And so that's all that it's just an instant buyer. It's nothing that's new, but the way it's being utilized is new. Okay. So before we get into that, let's just go into this little model that we drew up. We're going to start with status quo. What ends up happening is there's way things are done and they're just normal, status quo, right? We'll call it that. Then something happens and somebody challenges the status quo, causing a disruption, or they innovate to create something new. And then when that new thing is created, people see money. As soon as money is involved and people can make it, big tech gets involved to help. You know what? Let's use your product and our technology. Let's make some money. Then the chaos begins because then other people say, oh, look at that thing happening over there. Look at that happening over there. And I want a piece of it. And then there's a bunch of players all involved in this. Then amongst the chaos with all these different players, someone else will usually come about and take advantage of the chaos and say, you know what, I can calm it down, and then that person wins. They can introduce something different. So to prove that, let's just give a quick illustration. I think everybody here has at least held one of these, maybe. Okay, good. Because I know they'll one day be teaching this class and show this. Someone's like, what is that? And then we're going to realize, I am old. So Blockbuster, right? It was normal. It was, man, Friday nights was our big thing. Go get in the car with my dad. Oh man, I got chills. Ooh, just thinking about it. And so anyway, we pack in and we go and you get the movies. There's like maybe 3 movies on it. Sorry. Hold on. Yeah, memories. So you get the videos. But what do you get at the countertop, at the counter when you're getting ready to pay? Candy and what else? Popcorn, right? And you pay a little bit more for that popcorn. Why? It's convenient. It's right there. So who's a disruptor that comes and messes this thing up? That was a pretty cool thing. You could do that. You could do Redbox comes along, right? But you know what? Well, by the way, when we were up here, if I go back one more, what were people, if you rented, you could rent the, how much was it to rent the videos? $1.99, something.
But it started going up, and Redbox came in at $1.
Right. It got to like $3, and you rent 2 or 3 movies.
Yeah, it was $3.
Right? You get them all for the weekend. And God, I remember having to rewind that thing. We even bought a rewinder, stick in there. It's crazy the things we did. That's right. Be kind, be right. So the disruptor comes in to make it a little bit more convenient. Why? Because you're at McDonald's or Walgreens or somewhere. or just driving. What's that? Oh, let's go there, and you rent a movie. Those are just, and it didn't really solve anything. It just made it easier to go and get because it was $1. But I remember, I think I bought 4 or 5 movies for 25 bucks because I forgot to take them back. Okay, or if you buy 3 movies, it's $1 per night, right? And so you buy 3 movies, and you're not rent 3. You're not gonna watch all 3 in one night. You might try. So what do? You bring it back the next day. Well, that's $3 per day. That's $9 that you spent there. So who disrupts that deal? Well, what happened first before Netflix comes in is all this money's being made. They're saying, hey, you know what? People are paying $9, and we could use your service and our technology. Let's put it together. Let's make lots of money. I forgot who sings that song. Anyway, and now you have all these different players. But this is where the chaos comes because you've got HBO, there's Netflix, and so that's where we're at right now. We are in the chaos of all this stuff. And you may have had the conversation of, hey, who do you use for streaming? Or who's your cable provider? Why? Because people are trying to save money. Okay? So they do that. And there's a player that's about to come up, or it's there now, and they're about to bring the calm because they're seeing all this chaos. Who do you think that one is? You have to guess who that player might be. Close? Walt Disney. Look what they own. Most of what we watch, ESPN, Fox, Disney, Marvel, National Geographic, Hulu, Star, which I believe Netflix bought Stars, and that's how they were able to get up and upload their movies. So now you got, hey, you know what? We have it all here. We have our own little ecosystem. Who else has an ecosystem? Real estate, right? So that's just one example. There's other examples. You could do the travel industry, where you used to call somebody to set up your plane ticket, hotel. We still do a little of that, but it's not as big. Now it's more, we can go online and use Expedia, and the same people that did Expedia, I believe, own Zillow. So anyway, we're gonna move a little further. So just remember that we had the disruption, the innovation, the money comes in, when the money's involved, big tech tries to come in and join in, then there's chaos and calmness. So now, let's take the real estate business. Traditional real estate is what? You have a person that wants to buy a home or sell a home, and they call a realtor, come list the house, let's get it on the market, let's sell it. That's traditional. But then we got somebody disrupted that and said, let's do some online searching, we can help you out. Okay, so now they're just putting it online, and they're just putting it out there so more eyes can see it. Still done the same way, it's just more advertising. But then big tech sees, hey, you want a lot of money in that, we're good on the internet, why don't you and I partner up? Let's go ahead and put this together. And now we've got big tech, and you've got the iBuyer program. Now people might think, well, the iBuyer is all new. It's not new. Well, the concept of the technology and the iBuyer deal together, that's what's new, because home investors and We Buy Ugly homes, they've been doing that. And there's other people that have bought directly from somebody. Remember, iBuyer is just instant buyer. All they're doing is skipping the traditional. They don't need the realtor, right? So they just get involved and they buy it. I think they're the same, aren't they? You would know that. I'm pointing to Anna because you used to work for We Buy Ugly homes, right? Or something. Mm-hmm. That's it, They're very, so there's a lot of players out there. In fact, when the big tech came, you'll see this is just a few. Okay? So Realsure and Express Offers. Has anybody ever heard of those? Have you heard of Caldwell Baker? Realsure. Have you heard of EXP? Express Offers. What do you think when did they pop up? They might believe after Keller offers. So maybe it's disruptor. Yep, AutoCAD. Yep. That's what all these are. These are examples of iBuyer companies. Yeah. 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 So there's a lot, and why? There's a lot of people coming in from other states just to come buy houses here and utilize it. We're here and we're like, I'm not really taking advantage of it. But we think one day we should. If it's going to be a one-day deal, somebody's going to do it the day before we decide to. So we shouldn't do it now. So the big players are the OfferPad, the Red King, the Zillows. You know, they do this estimates and kind of, you know, and we put our house. You go to Zillow, you can put your address in and they'll throw you an offer. That's what you can do. So Knock and Orchard is mentioned those, but these are the two on the outside and one on this side. Those are the larger ones. And I took this from one of the training sessions, and which I'll show you how to do that. In fact, this class isn't going to teach you how to get certified. I'm going to show you how to get started, how to use it, or where to go. I'm going to point you in the right direction for that. But again, I guarantee you, if we count the amount of people in this room, even online, I know there's not that many people utilizing this, and it's something that we should be taking advantage of. Okay, so we'll move on. Why Keller offers? Why not? You know, people are doing it, but one of the big reasons is we can compete big time with those iBuyer companies. Why? Because we're the largest real estate firm in the U.S., right? Agent count. So we all have access to this. So we all utilize it. Boom, we'd be killing it. But before we go into it, we say, what's the difference? What is the difference between that picture I just shared that had all the major ones in there? That's a good question. You're going to have some value. And really the question that needs to be asked is, who's the difference? That's what it is. It's not the technology. It's not, and the reason it's who's different, it's you. Why? Because there's one thing that for the longest, these iBuyers, instant buyers, didn't have, and now they have. It's a 9-letter word. Anybody want to take a stab at it? What's the main difference? It's a 9-letter word. And we can play it all day long. Starts with an F. Fiduciary. They don't have most of those in the business. I've gone to seminars. They're right now, I guarantee you, I don't know if it's today's Monday, because a lot of them some of them start on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and they pack rooms and they teach people how to go to your house that you're thinking about selling, drive to the emotion, get the emotion, and find out why you need to sell. Well, I'm about to lose this house. You're probably in a $250,000 house and you only owe $80,000, and then they're saying, well, you know what? I mean, I could probably give you 85. You know, and guess what? They don't have to disclose that your house could be worth, if we put it on the market, it could go for maybe in the condition it's in, maybe 180, but they're willing to give you 80 for it, or 85. Now as a fiduciary, you know what? I can help you get a cash offer, and I can let you know if it's a good offer or not based on the condition of your house, because now you represent them. So whereas a lot of the other companies, these estimates, they don't represent them. They didn't sign a disclosure. They didn't sign anything that said, hey, I'll represent you. No. In fact, when we use the Keller offers, we're doing it as an intermediary. Yeah, because, we're helping this person. So who's the other? Well, we work with it. So really, it's an intermediary. So, questions on that before we move forward? That section. All right. So, how do you get there? How do I like what I'm hearing. I want to learn more. I even want to get certified. So this is where notes come in. You want to go to app.kelleroffers.com. To the client. We're able to utilize the service, kind of like Keller Mortgage, but actually we don't get paid on Keller Mortgage, because on Keller Offers, you can get paid on the deal. You will get paid on it. There's a commitment. When you say there's money involved that you can make, then there's going to be the need for an intermediary. So if we don't represent, Keller Offers is its own entity, but we're the agent, kind of we're in the middle, right? And the way it works is If this person, we'll just use John. John wants a cash offer. I utilize Keller offers to get it. If Keller offers buy it, I get paid 1%. There's not a lot of money that I'm making on it. However, I go through the steps. Keller offers buys the home and then wants to sell the home later. I can come back on that and make another 1%. So now I'm at 2%. So since I'm the one listing it, I can also advertise it, and hopefully I'll pick up a buyer, or maybe the buyer for that home or another home. But we are we're not, we basically represent the client. And I'll get into that because there's a form that's going to show that. But to get appointed with this, you go to, if you go to kelleroffers.com, you're not going to see this. You have to go to app.kelleroffers. Okay, when you go there, you'll see that there's two programs. There's Keller Offers Cash Offer and Keller Offers Ready to Sell. The Ready to Sell is not yet for Houston except one part, and we'll talk about that at the very end. All I'm going to cover right now is the Keller Offers. And so on here, what you'll do is once you're on that site, to get appointed, you need to go to the on-demand training. So you'll go to app.kelleroffers.com. Click on Keller Offers, on-demand training. When you get there, you're going to see it breaks it up into 8 different parts, or really 7, and 8 is here's the last thing you have to do. It's just a review of it. But you go through each one of those parts, and then you press complete training, and then they'll send you an email, and you can, now you have access to be able to, or the available to now access Keller Offers and submit a request. And I'm not going to go into how to submit the request. I am going to share with you. Well, yeah, let me have paperwork. Here's if you can get those passed out. And I'll have what I'm passing out. If you're watching online, you're actually going to see it. Okay. But there's a submit request button, and you can't do it until you're certified. Okay.
So figure out, are you automatically the listing agent,
Are you automatically the listing agent if you help to facilitate the Keller offer deal? Not automatic. You have to do one thing within 7 days. So you have to report that deal and send it in, and then and once you do that, they teach that on the training. If you submit it properly, then if they do list it, you are that person that's going to do it. Okay? They don't just choose, but if you miss that 7 day, they could choose somebody else to list it. Okay? Yeah. There's no cost to be certified. Just your own advertising. If you're looking online, I made a shirt, get a kelleroffer.com. So, during a break or something, you could look up getakelleroffer.com. That's my site. And when you do it, everybody gets their own webpage, just like you do with Keller Mortgage. You don't get your own webpage. So for Keller Mortgage, I took my shirt in. But I even have skipthelenderfees.com. So, so I utilize that, and that's just part of my marketing, Yeah, that's why I tucked it. I had to go and tuck it in real quick. I'm gonna make sure. Anyway, that's gonna be fun. All right. So one of the deals that they'll share with you, here's what you need to know about how to qualify a house. One, there's certain zip codes that they'll buy in, and so you would go into this deal and click on there where it says zip code coverage, and I just right, all that's in that training portal. And this is more. I just did these zip codes, but I think there's 4 pages of zip codes. Pretty much it's all of Houston. Okay, I haven't seen a zip code that's not included. And they can also do it in Dallas. In fact, when you click on the buy box criteria, which is really important, it's like a knockout question. So if you had a house, this tells you if the house qualifies preliminarily. All right, so like Houston, it's 400. So they don't want to spend more than $400,000 on a cash home. So if the house is 500, yeah, it's probably not going to, work. But they called you. Hey, so are you looking at, getting a cash offer? Maybe I know some other people or whatever. Just get the appointment and go, run with it. You might be able to just list it versus put it on the market. You can see it's only single-family residents that they're buying. They're not doing multifamily homes. There's no age restriction, 300,000 and over. 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 300,0 the senior communities. Um, and there's condos if they have less than a $250 per month HOA. So if it's more than that, they're not going to look at it. No sinkholes and no HOA. Yeah, no HOA that requires background checks or social securities of the buyer that sell, right? Because they may want to sell it somebody with bad credit, but they have maybe one paying cash. So moving along. Eventually, you don't have to use this form, but it's in your packet. Once you get the offer, you don't get it right away. You're not just going to go to the house and make an offer. You're going to go to the house. You're going to take some pictures. There's a list of questions that'll be on the next 2 slides here in a minute that you'll go through. But what they will do is they will give you that cash offer price, and the client can accept it or they can counter it. Okay, and you're just a facilitator. You're going to go back to Keller offers and let them know what the counter is. But if they give you that cash offer, you can actually fill out the blank on this second one, and this just tells you, here's what you're going to know. Now, why are people even doing buying stuff? Why are they doing instant buying? Why would somebody just sell their home for cash and know that they could have probably made a little bit more if they went into the open market? What was that, Trevor? Convenient. Yeah, you got to lose it. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, there's still that process, and that's going to be on the last page. There's a page that'll show you. I'm going to go over, but yes, there is still inspections involved. They do send somebody out. Why? Because somebody could take a picture, make it look pretty. So they do when there is a check and balance on that. So, but then you can fill this form out, and here's what you get as a cash offer. Here's what the guy down the street said he buy for. Whatever offers they have, or we can put it on the market. Let me market it and do my stuff. Find out which one they go. Do you want to go on the market, or do you want to take the cash offer from Keller offer? Whatever they answer, you win. Right? So I always do a 2-point close. That's another class, but okay. So here, this form. Now this lets you know what needs to take place. You'll need all the information on this checklist to request an offer. So when you go out, just have this stuff printed, and you're going to need it. This is like your MLS input sheets, very similar to that, because when you submit it, they ask you all these questions, and they want you to fill it out. Okay? But the very first one is like a knockout question. Is this house going to qualify? Is the property currently listed on the MLS? If it's listed on the MLS, it's not can't be listed within 8 months. Okay, so you don't want to go to the appointment. Oh yeah, and you want to snatch it. You want to grab that deal. Well, let's find out if you get a cash offer. Go ahead and fill out the listing agreement with me. I'll put it on the market, and then we'll go get a Keller offer. No, you just messed it up because you listed it. So you could get into that agreement with them, but do not put on the MLS yet. If that's what you're going to do. I would go ahead and make sure you put the paperwork in, delay the listing for a week or something, so that way you can go ahead and do your due diligence to get that Keller offer. They have to market it to somebody else. So now you're going to mess it up. They listed it high because you can taint a house. Pricing it too high and they're not listing. So there's a bunch of factors that go into that. The property criteria, is it within the zip code, when was the year, and all this. They ask all these different deals. So you just go through that, but go through the training, and then the questions that you have after you go through the training, go back to it. Somebody doing it. Because one thing we'll ask you, if you ask the Keller offer question, hey, how does this work? We're going to ask you, did you get certified? And if you haven't been certified, then we're like, okay, go do that first, and then let's come back as we're skipping ahead. And there's a lot to this. Okay. Right. It's case by case basis. It depends on the condition. It will be lower than what they're going to get as far as on a traditional offer. Um, so when you go through the training, they kind of explain that as well. But it could be, I mean, it depends on the condition of the house. So it's not going to be a set 70% or 80% of the full value. It all depends. It could look good, but then they're, looks good. But then when they do their inspections, if they find out that the home, needs a new AC or other repairs, that also goes into it as well. And traditionally, like, not traditionally, I know a lot of wholesale, we call them wholesale buyers. They go in and they know that whenever the traditional buyers, wholesale people come out, investors, a lot of times they don't use their money. So the lenders will say, hey, you know what? We're going to give you 70% of, we'll finance you up to 70%, but that 70% has to include all the repairs already. It's not 70%, oh, and then they need repairs, then add it. No, 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 no. So if the house is 200,000, so then that would be what, 140,000, right? So they'll, if it's good condition, it would go for 200. They need to buy it for 140. Oh, by the way, you have a 20-year-old roof that is horrible. Well, roofs cost around 10,000. Are you gonna have to get it quoted? So a lot of times, even if the roof isn't that bad, oh, you need a new roof. I'm gonna take off 10. It's not that bad, because I saw one that a lady did, and it was not that bad. They really jacked it, but we were able to get it, put it on the market, sell it, and so anyway. But that 140, once they do the inspection, then they'll adjust it accordingly, and it's fair. And that's why we're there too, because we're, hey, you know what? This looks like a fair deal. In fact, they have a roofer that if you want to double check and make sure this is good, you can get another estimate, something like that. So, yeah. Any other questions coming through on there? All right. So when you meet with the client, there is this form that's going to be needed to get signed, and it's basically just a informed consent program overview. And they're going to initial in about 4 spots and sign on the bottom. Go through this, just let them know about the process. Like up here, it talks about the traditional approach of buying a home. Traditionally, the process of selling a home on the open market is geared towards helping sellers obtain the highest price for their homes. However, this process can be time-consuming and involve challenges and uncertainties for sellers, like the need to show the home, negotiate with prospective buyers, or wait for closing. Again, it's convenient. So, I mean, that's not convenient, but that's how most people do it. The alternative is, at your request, you may be able to seek a cash offer through Keller offers. In general, under this approach, information about your home is relayed to allow a speedy determination of whether an all-cash offer may be made, which offer may be subject to certain further negotiations or credit during the inspection process. The sort of alternative approach can help facilitate a quick closing, eliminate any hassles and uncertainties involved in a traditional home sale. So again, we're disclosing, we're realtors, we have to let them know. So this is, you can't just, no, they'll give you 120. But if you sold that home first, gave them a cash offer for 120, and then let them know they could actually probably sell it for 200, you can really close. Right? So this is helping to cover your budget. Okay. They're going to shop around, so they would have to sign that one. There's another disclosure that you're going to love this one when I get to the end. I'm not going to go over right now, but it's the ready to sell. That's another cert. That one takes about an hour, 15 minutes to get certified. It's an awesome program that I think we're going to kill the market. Do something positive. They're just going to reap the benefits of using it. Okay, we'll get to that one later. And then there's another disclosure, this one. So these have to be signed with the offers. So it's best to just take it with you, have them sign it there, because you're going to have to upload it. And if you have to send a DocuSign over to them and they don't sign it, then you're just delaying the whole process. So don't count on DocuSign for this. It's just 3 pages. Have them sign that, take it with you, and upload it. Okay. This is the checklist. This is how the deal is run, I guess you could say. So cash offer dashboard events. This is what takes place. Agent submits a project. You can view the property address in the dashboard. You just go to the dashboard, follow it. They're going to notify you within 72 hours about their offer. And you can see buyer's response is reviewed and approved by my transaction coordinator. They have a transaction coordinator within Keller Offers. All offers and declines are viewable in dashboard. You get seller's response, building contact, home inspection, having information sheets, CNR addendums that lead in. But so that kind of gets your feet wet on, on the Keller Offers. Questions on that? All right. Then to get the word out, there's if you watch my video, I have to change it now. I got to call my guy and tell him things. It was Keller Offers powered by, anybody remember? Octane. That's what it used to be, but now it's just Keller Offers. Okay. So why or how the politics on it, I had no clue. But it's no longer powered by OfferPad. So they created these new deals. Yeah, I guess so. So I just put these on one page, and then if you're on here and you want this, Denise could send it to you, the PowerPoint that I just used. And these are on the PowerPoint, so you actually click and drag them if you wanted to, since it's a PowerPoint deal, and you can attach it to your marketing, or just go to the app.Keller Offers. All these are over there. These logos are over there. You'll see there's not, I just went into Google, not of it's because I did it on my computer, but I think you can try it out and see. What I would do is, now that Ross has that green room created, you don't need a fancy commercial. I think I shared with Jennifer Brown the other day how we did, I used this, this app, and it is called Teleprompter. So if you're not using Teleprompter, you can use it. I mean, or you can just talk off the cuff. Some people are really good at, talking off the cuff. I do that a lot. However, I miss points. I go, I need to add that. My mind is chasing rabbits while I'm doing this. So you can actually just click in your deal, you type it in, and I could, like right now, I could just press record, and you'll see it gives you a countdown. This is so cool. And it goes, hi, thank you for stopping by. My name is Robby Almogabar, and I'm a realtor with Keller Williams. You can speed it up to talk faster, but anyway, it's all there. It's kind of like, so you have what you want. So guess what? You get your tripod, teleprompter. Yeah. Yeah. Take teleprompter, put in there what you want to say. Yeah, I love it. Love it. Ross is going to add it to his how-to video, so be on the lookout for that. Coming soon. All right. But man, put in the green room, put that bad boy on the back deal, and then just read it. And the trick with teleprompter, make sure that when you do use it, that the words appear by the camera that you're looking at. That way you're not looking this way and the camera's way over here. It just looks silly. But you'll see there aren't a lot of people that are advertising it. And I think I scrolled down, there may have been 20 or 30. But guess what, out of Houston, there may be 2 people on there doing it. So we have a huge, yes, go ahead, opportunity to take advantage. Am I one of them? I am one of them. Yeah, I'm right there. That's the second one right there. Yeah. And even though it says 54 views, that's not true, because guess what you get to do with that video? Stick it in command. Okay? Advertise it on Facebook. And now that has more. And if I could open up that, I would show you that I had leads on that. So that's just another way to get leads. They click on it if you do it right. And if we need a class on that, I'll be happy to teach a class. Just let me know. But I could do a command class, or actually Ross could do it too. But show you how to go from adding it to in your command and using Facebook, and see how those leads just go back to your system. And I had like 3 or 4 yesterday. I tried a new video, and I had 3 come in from command. And so I'm talking to those clients, not about this. It was just about down payment systems. But anyway, so yeah. Nano. What is it called again? Nano teleprompter app. Okay. Teleprompter. It's a red. Mine just yeah. Then you can upload it. Well, you can. I did put mine. Yes. So I uploaded the video, and I uploaded. So I uploaded it to YouTube. But then I created a page, um, a landing page, and I put it on my webpage. So I created a landing page in Command, and you have to take the link from YouTube, put it there. It sounds complicated, so that's why I think if we do a class, I can show you how to do that as well. Or, but you know, the other thing is I just went online and looked up how to put an ad on KW Command, and guess who was doing one? Marty Miller. You just follow his. So, okay? Shocker!
And also, if, include your placement, you can learn from it ahead of you,
Mm-hmm.
because there's pretty much 100 years of manual.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
is that something that you would do a new one? Or,
Yeah, well, no, I don't. I just put it up there. I didn't put it on YouTube to advertise it. I put it on YouTube to get the link so I could get the embed code, and then I could take that embed code and put it on my website on Keller Williams
and then
deal.
you can share it because it's on YouTube also.
Right.
Whereas it's hard to share it through
Right. So on my getakelleroffer.com
the
page, you go there. It's a Keller Williams page. Getakelleroffer.com, and you'll see the video that'll pop up. And then guess what? I typed in Google Sheets onto that, and I had to Google how do you do Google Sheets on Command. And guess what? There's a video that pops up. Follow those instructions. Do the Google Sheet. Guess what? When they put in their address and everything, you get an email that has that information. It's crazy. Love the technology. All right. So last part. Here's the next one. So the next step is go to app.kelleroffers.com, get certified, and start advertising. Get the word out. And don't worry about messing up. Just get certified and go put it out there. If somebody says, oh, I don't want a cash offer, and you don't know what to do, call me. We'll find somebody. Just get the name and number, set the appointment, and go. Don't wait till you have everything done. And I know people are going to wait, and they'll get certified tomorrow, and they won't do anything for 3 months or a year. Get it and use it. Go. And then if you need to learn how to break the ice when I'm talking to these people, well, that's what Trevor's class tomorrow. That's a different topic, but take some notes from that one. Yeah, that's why I'm going to it tomorrow. So anyway, but that's not it. There's more. Listen to this. There's more. For 1995, you can know. All right. This is pretty darn cool. I love this. So this is coming. They have 2 ways to do this right now. So get certified for Keller Offers. The next one is ready to sell through Keller Offers. So look at this ad. This is get your home prepped for sale. No payments, no interest for 12 months. What do they mean? They can get approved for a loan through one of their in your bank USA, and they can get a loan based on their credit to enhance the house however they need. If they need $70,000 to fix it up so they can sell it and make a lot more money on it, guess what? They have that option. And this is just an ad that can go out there. So this one, after you get certified through Keller Offers, then don't ask me questions on this one yet because I'm certified, but I want you to get KOCIB certified, okay? Here's another ad that you can put out there using Command. You know, they have that when you start using the Command deal to advertise on Facebook, usually you'll see when you're putting up your ad, it says click learn more. And there's that learn more button right there. Get your home prepped for sale without the hassle of out-of-pocket costs. What? How can I do that? How can I fix my house without any out of costs? Well, they're going to pay if they don't sell the house. And there are stipulations on that, and they cover that in the training, okay, that talks about how they can do that. Some people have equity in their home. That's the one that's coming. What if they have bad credit? Well, if they have bad credit right now, we don't have a solution for them. But what's coming soon, probably, I don't know, maybe 1 to 3 months or maybe even sooner than that, is if they have equity, then they can use the equity in the house to actually get those improvements done. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. Take the class. So get both. Get certified for both of them when they're. What else?
last question, do you have to go to Southern Office to utilize the ready to sell option?
Do you have to? No. So ask the question one more time.
Do you have to sell through Southern Office to utilize the ready to sell option?
No. So when you use a ready to sell, it's not going to be a cash offer anymore. You're getting it ready to go on the market. Okay. So yeah, you don't have to, you wouldn't utilize it for that. And then those of you who are investors thinking, well, you know what, I want to enhance my investment portfolio. Well, if you get clients off the Keller offers, who says you can't go and buy the deal? Keller offers isn't exclusive, the exclusive buyer for that home. You could buy that home. So, um, and it's been there. They've talked about that, but they're getting the first shot at it. Okay, if that makes sense. So hopefully that answered your question on you don't have to use Keller offers to buy that ready to sell one. Okay? Yes. So you get, yeah, so that'll be, so the question is, what if, Keller offers doesn't make the offer, but she wants to buy it? Can she do it? The answer is yes, but the other part of that question was, what forms would she need? So now you're just you're buyer, a real estate agent, so you have to just disclose, that you're a realtor, that you could also, there's other things you have to give it the compliance, give it Lori on it. We did that recently, and went through Lori, and she's an awesome help on that. Lots of knowledge, and shared every form that we needed to disclose. It really comes down to say, hey, your house is going to be could be worth more if it was fixed. So I am looking to buy this house and make a profit on it. I might even rent it. Who knows what I'm going to, but you're just disclosing it. And that's what makes the our iBuyer program different, is that we're all about disclosing all the different aspects that go with fiduciary, pass on here, and they go to the client. So now they're in the know, because most of the iBuyers, the sellers that sell to iBuyers, instant buyers, they just, well, he told me, he's doing one right now. In fact, I think he's the guy's on here. But somebody offered this guy $20,000 for his home. There's an investor. And I looked it up. So every time I get an address, I go to RPR, NARRPR.com, and I look up the value real quick just to see what it has there. It doesn't mean that's the real value, because we've sold houses that produce more than NARRPR. But I went there and I said, wow, just off the bat, this house is 164, and they wanted to offer what, 20,000? I was, let them know you got somebody offer 40 or 60, because why would I not want to buy that, And then I'll have to do the same thing, disclose. Maybe it wasn't a bad condition, but if something's worth 164 and another iBuyer's offering 20, I know our program's going to do that. And if it doesn't, if it makes sense, where I don't need to buy it, and he's going to get a higher deal with Keller offers, go for it. But that's what I'm telling you. There's also opportunities for you to buy your own property from using this. Any other questions? Transparency. Do they offer you leads? No, they don't. They show you how to get them. That's where we can utilize. I'm going to run I'll show you how I'm going to run my campaign. In fact, I may go ahead and record it so y'all can see how you upload it, what I'm doing, and but no, they won't. There's no marketing funds to help you get that lead. But $30 to get you a lot of leads if you do it right. I have one ad that I think generated like 48 leads. You just pass them out to the team, and but it's utilizing. You have to. If you're not using it, man, you're missing out. Some of you get scared of may not be anybody here or on here, but there are people who do get scared of utilizing the Facebook ads. And if you are, talk to a psychiatrist and get over that fear, because I guarantee you're paying more money to see that psychiatrist than what you could be making, if you just used it. So, yeah. Anything else? All right. Well, that was recorded, and if you have any questions, you can email me, Robby@kw.com, ROBBY@kw.com. All right. So you turn it off on that side. You're welcome.